2 दिसंबर 2022 करंट अफेयर है। सेकंड हाईलाइट है कि नवंबर जीएसटी रेवेन्यूज राइज 11% फ्रॉम ईयर अर्लियर। फर्स्ट हाईलाइट है एज मैनी एज 6 स्टेट्स रिकॉर्डेड अ कॉन्ट्रैक्शन इन रेवेन्यूज इन नवंबर इंक्लूडिंग गुजरात, राजस्थान एंड केरला -2%, पंजाब -10%, हिमाचल प्रदेश -12% एंड गोवा -14%। नेक्स्ट स्टेप थर्ड हाईलाइट पाकिस्तानी टेरर ग्रुप्स नाउ शिफ्टिंग बेस टू अफगानिस्तान says former security chief. Despite its engagement with the Taliban regime in Afghanistan, India must not let its guard down, said former Afghanistan intelligence chief Rahmatullah Nabil, warning that Pakistani terror groups targeting India, such as Jaish-e-Mohammed and Lashkar-e-Taiba, have shifted their bases to Afghanistan with help from the Taliban and have access to more technology and territory. नेक्स्ट है पेज नंबर 6 पे सेकंड हाईलाइट द बैटल टू ब्रिंग फ्रेश वाटर टर्टल्स फ्रॉम द बैक फ्रॉम द ब्रिंक। द बैटल टू ब्रिंग फ्रेश वाटर टर्टल्स बैक फ्रॉम द ब्रिंक। तो फर्स्ट हाईलाइट है कि नवंबर 27 को क्या हुआ वेस्ट बंगाल पुलिस ने सीज करे 270 किलोग्राम ऑफ टर्टल कैलिपी। क्या होता है ये कैलिपी? क्या होता है? अ जेलेटिनस लेयर फाउंड इन द लोअर शेल्स ऑफ द टर्टल्स बिलीव्ड टू बी यूज्ड इन द ट्रेडिशनल चाइनीज मेडिसिन इन मालदा डिस्ट्रिक्ट। द कंसाइनमेंट वाज मेंट टू बी स्मगल्ड टू द बांग्लादेश। 10 days अर्लियर 10 दिन पहले यूपी फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट ऑफिशियल्स रिकवर्ड अ टोटल ऑफ 789 इंडियन फ्लैप शेल turtles and soft shell turtles near Amethi. Another large consignment of 143 live turtles meant to be smuggled to the Bangladesh was recovered by the Border Security Force BSF in West Bengal's Murshidabad district in January this year. These incidents of the turtle smuggling are among the many reported across various states by international trafficking networks, which have kept law enforcement agencies on their toes for the past several years. Experts say the consignments intercepted by law enforcement agencies may be just a fraction of the actual volume of illegal trade. The demand for freshwater turtles and their body parts sees a spike every year during the winter, when it is easier to transport animals for extended periods. Third highlight, in a move to curb turtle trafficking. Earlier this month, the Conference of Parties adopted India's proposal to transfer 2 species of the freshwater turtles found in the country: the red-crowned roof turtle Batagur kachua and Leith's soft-shelled turtle Nilsonia leithii, to Appendix 1, which lists the most endangered species that need the highest level of protection of the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, that is CITES. Conservation experts and law enforcement agencies have welcomed CITES upgrade to the 2 species at a time when illegal trade is threatening their natural habitats. CITES क्या है? An international treaty to ensure that trade in wild animals and plants does not threaten their survival. Shailendra Singh, the program editor, program director of the TSA, that is Turtle Survival Alliance India, described the CITES upgrade of the Nilsonia leithii as the anticipatory step. He said it is noteworthy that the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change mooted the proposal, which the COP adopted. The change in the status of the red-crowned roof turtle, he added, would help save their population in the Chambal region. Mr. Singh also said that the conservation of the freshwater turtles and tortoises is a long journey where a few milestones have been achieved. Still, a continuous vigil is needed in the coming years. Experts in the field, such as Mr. Singh, point at a 2019 study by Traffic India, an NGO working on the issue of the trade of the wild animals and plants, titled Tortoises and Freshwater Turtles Under Siege, to help non-experts comprehend the magnitude of the illegal trade in a decade. Fifth highlight, India has 29 species of the freshwater turtles, 24 freshwater turtles and 24 numerous turtles and tortoise 5 है. The main difference between the two is that the turtles are primarily aquatic, whereas tortoises are terrestrial and spend more time on land. More than half of the turtle species are threatened and 11 are protected under the Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act. 1972, enjoying the same protection as tigers. And sixth highlight है anti-trafficking operations for the red-crowned roofed turtle found only within the National Chambal Ghadial Wildlife Sanctuary (NCGWS) spread across Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and UP. Threats have been mounting over the past few decades. The species recently made it to the list of the 25 most threatened freshwater turtles in the wild, along with the northern river terrapin, that is Batagur baska, which is left only in the Sundarbans. Turtles are smuggled primarily for three reasons: for their meat mainly within the country, as pets within and outside India, and to extract their calipi. There is a demand for the calipi to meet which a supply system is already in place. Right now, efforts by the Forest Department and the Wildlife Crime Control Bureau are keeping the illegal trade in check. The Wildlife Crime Control Bureau is a statutory body with the mandate to prevent wildlife trafficking in the country, has carried out a pan-India crackdown on turtle smuggling between December 2016 and January 2017. It launched Operation Save Kurma to prevent poaching, transportation, and illegal trade of live turtles and tortoises. The operation resulted in the seizure of the more than 15,912 live turtles and pachunja arrest. Two more such initiatives, Operation Turtle Shield 1 in December 2019 to January 2020 and Operation Turtle Shield 2 from December 2020 से February 2021, were taken up to tackle the illegal trade of live turtles. The twin drives resulted in the recovery of 16,372 live या फिर dead turtles, 45 kilogram of calipi and the rest of the 104 suspects. The data about the pan-India operations were tabled in the Parliament by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change in response to a question raised by the BJP MP. Challenges ahead. 8th highlight है challenges ahead. Experts point out that the different species are trafficked to pet and meat markets. Species such as the Indian roofed turtle, black spotted turtle, Geoclimis hamiltoni, and red-crowned roofed turtles, as well as the Indian star tortoise, Geocheloni elegans, are in a huge demand in both the national and international illegal pet trade. The Indian star tortoise was upgraded to Appendix 1 of the CITES in 2017. While West Bengal remains the hotspot for the illegal trade of turtles for meat, experts say that harvesting turtles for meat is also common in Tripura and Assam. Organizations such as the Turtle Surveillance Alliance have assisted in the rehabilitation of over 30,000 rescued turtles over the past 10 years. Mr. Singh awarded Shailendra Singh awarded the Behadar Turtle Conservation Award in 2021 for helping to bring 3 critically endangered turtle conservation species back from the brink of extinction. Especially cherishes his work on one of those 3 species, northern river terrapin. In 2008, when the species was believed to have disappeared from the wild, a joint exploration of swamps, mangroves, and tidal creeks by the Turtle Surveillance Alliance and Sundarban Tiger Reserve located a cohort of 8 males, 3 females, and 1 juvenile at a pond in Sanjane Khali Interpretation Center in the Sundarbans. Attempts have also been made to conserve the critically endangered black soft-shelled turtle in its natural habitat, temple ponds of Assam. The role of the local communities in protecting these species. For instance, the Assam Biodiversity Board has declared the Hajong Tortoise Lake as a biodiversity heritage site. The lake, spread over 526 hectares, is situated in the Langtang Muppa Reserved Forest of the Dima Haso district and is home to several threatened freshwater turtle species. पेज नंबर 9 पे हाईलाइट है. फर्स्ट है कि द तमिलनाडु गवर्नमेंट ऑन थर्सडे आर्ग्यूड बिफोर द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बेंच ऑफ द सुप्रीम कोर्ट hearing the Jallikattu case that a duty to ensure the well-being of the animal does not give a concomitant right to the animal to demand well-being. Rights are given by law made by the human beings. Right are the two kinds: against the state or fellow human beings and against nature. There is no concept of the rights and animals. There is only the concept of making sure that in the course of the relationships with animals we follow certain moral norms. and the underlying moral norms is not the cause to any pain or suffering. Senior advocate Kavil Sippal for Tamil Nadu submitted. Second highlight है Indian Traders and Civil Society Organization located at Moreh क्या है border town of Manipur have started expressing their concerns over the protracted sealing of the Manipur-Myanmar border, thereby driving thousands of small-time traders out of work. The sealing of the international border was announced on March 9, 2021 in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. Officials feared that the free entry of the people from the other side of the international border would aggravate the situation. In the past, there was an exodus, and a majority of the displaced persons had entered India through Manipur and Mizoram. In order to check the unrestricted influx, the Union government sealed the international border along the northeast on March 9. Officials said the seal off in Manipur became effective from March 10, 2021. तो पेज नंबर 10 पे फर्स्ट इन इंडिया द जीरो फर्टिलिटी कॉरिडोर सॉल्यूशन फॉर रोड सेफ्टी by the Save Life Foundation SLF takes environmental sustainability seriously and focuses on reducing speeding through advanced engineering and enforcement technologies. The impact of road safety goes a long way. In addition to ensuring an easier, comfortable and more secure commute, safer roads also have been a positive impact on the environment. In 2021, India reported 4,03,116 crashes, each of which adversely impacted the environment in various ways and in different degrees. Most vehicles contain toxic metals such as lead, mercury, cadmium or hexavalent chromium, which are detrimental to the environment. Fuel and fluid leakages are seen at crash sites. Severe road crashes led to automobile wreckage, which becomes a part of unusable end-of-life vehicles. This gives rise to scrappage. India is estimated to have about 22.5 million end-of-life vehicles by 2025. Despite being one of the largest car and light commercial vehicle markets in the world, India's National Automobile Scrappage Policy, launched in 2021, is still in its nascent stage. Missing or inadequate signages are another leading cause of road crashes. Their absence results in the road users being unaware of a stretches unique features in a timely manner, which could lead to crashes. It is a common standard practice to use asbestos for creating these signages. As asbestos has an adverse impact on the environment, the ZFC program opts only for long-lasting, high-quality, non-hazardous material for signage. Despite being more expensive than asbestos, one of the most sustainable and recyclable materials, aluminium composite panels are employed for signages. Not only in this free of toxic gas or liquids during the production process, it is also recyclable separately as aluminium and plastic without much value or quality loss. This also makes it apt for subsequent multi-purpose usage. नेक्स्ट जो न्यूज़ है वो इकोनॉमी से रिलेटेड है, इन्फ्लेशन रिलेटेड. Despite inflation, credit conditions must remain supportive of the real economy. The latest official GDP estimates show the economy's expansion decelerated in the July-September period, dragged down by year-on-year and sequential contractions in manufacturing and mining, and a broad slowdown in private consumption expenditure and government spending. GDP, gross domestic product, is projected to have grown by 6.3% from the year earlier period, a sharp deceleration from the 13% expansion posted in the first quarter and July-September 2021 8.4% pace. On the gross value added side, only 3 of the 8 sectors, agriculture, the omnibus contact intensive services sector of trade, hotels, transport and communications, and financial, realty and professional services, posted year-on-year accelerations in growth, and 5 sectors including agriculture, electricity, gas, water supply and other utility services and construction posted sequential contractions, reflecting the heightened uncertainty that the global slowdown, the war in Ukraine and the persistently high domestic inflation have together ended. On the expenditure front, growth in both the bulwark, private consumption, spending, and government expenditure slowed appreciably, with the former logging a 9.7% year-on-year expansion compared with the first quarter growth of 25.9%, and the latter shrinking by 4.4% after expanding 1.3% in April-June period. However, sequentially, private consumption signaled some festival-led rebound as it registered a tentative 1% growth and a 3.4% quarter-on-quarter growth in gross fixed capital formation, pointed to a growing willingness to invest on the part of the private businesses. 12th पेज पर हाईलाइट है कि दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट रिसेंटली पास्ड एन इंटरिम ऑर्डर to prevent the unlawful use of the Bollywood star Amitabh Bachchan's name, image, and voice. The court, through its order, restrained persons at large from infringing the personality rights of the actor. So, what are the personality rights? Personality refers to the right of a person to protect his/her personality under the right to privacy and property. These rights are important to celebrities as their names, photographs, or even voices can easily be misused in various advertisements by different companies to boost their sales. Page number 16. The states unable to provide land to the landless beneficiaries of the Union government's flagship housing scheme by December 15 will find their targets for their financial year redistributed to the other states. The center warned recently. This means that the center will withdraw its share of funds allocated to the errant states under the centrally sponsored Pradhan Mantri Gramin Awas Yojana PMAYG. More than a fifth of such landless beneficiaries are in Tamil Nadu. The scheme was launched in April 2016 with the goal of building 2.95 crore houses for the rural poor by March 2022, with the target figure derived from the socio-economic cost census 2011 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The deadline was extended by 2 years till March 2024. As per the statistics available with the Union Ministry of Rural Development, 2.06 crore houses have been constructed till November 2022. फिर उसका थर्ड हाईलाइट इज रिलेटेड तमिलनाडु विद 56,709 landless beneficiaries still on the wait list, followed by the Maharashtra 48,000, Assam 23,000, Odisha 19,000, Bihar 16,000. Tamil Nadu has been particularly slow in providing help to its state It started out with 57,680 landless beneficiaries and has provided land to only 971 according to ministry data. Second highlight, the Supreme Court on Thursday asked the Union government if there was a compelling reason for it to press ahead with the release of the GM mustard, asking if Indian agriculture would be doomed if genetically modified crops were not made available. Is there a compelling reason to release this hybrid DMH11 यानी कि धारा mustard hybrid 11 now? Can you take into account bringing more safeguards, safety measures, experimentation, consultation, and consider releasing it at a later stage after gaining a better understanding of it? Why we are asking you this? Is sad the release now would permanently and irreparably affect the environment? Justice B.V. Nagartha told Attorney General R. Venkataramani and Additional Solicitor General Ashwarya Bhatti. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट है पैसेंजर्स ट्रैवलिंग फ्रॉम फोर्थ हाईलाइट है पैसेंजर्स ट्रैवलिंग फ्रॉम दिल्ली, वाराणसी एंड बेंगलुरु विल बी able to use their face as boarding pass from December 1 to enter these ports to access the security check area and pass the boarding gate. Travelers will have to mandatorily provide their Aadhaar details to avail themselves of the service. But these are not mandatory. The service is voluntary in nature and is currently available only for domestic flights. Last 18th page पे है. India plans to offer cash subsidies, lower tax and other incentives to bolster its shipbuilding industry, two government sources said, as part of an effort to reduce the pain of high freight rates and for nation's manufacturers. The plans include subsidies so that at least 50 new vessels can be built, as well as granting infrastructure status to the industry, which would help with financing from banks, said the government officials. India's unemployment raised to 8% in November, the highest in the 3 months, from 7.77% in the previous month. Data from the Center for Monitoring Indian Economy showed on Thursday. The urban employment rate rose to 8.96% in November from 7.21% in the previous month, according to the data. The rural employment rate slipped to 7.55% from 8.04%, it showed. Thank you.